Hi, how you doing? My name is Tack. I'm just going to show you my Grand Valley layout that I'm working on, and just some problems I've run into, some modifications I made to it, and placement of buildings, streets, that kind of thing. And so yeah, I've been wanting to get into model railroading for a long time now, and I finally started about a year ago to collect kits and some used stuff as well as new items. I was initially going to build a layout, a 4x8 layout using foam sheet, and then somebody had for sale the Grand Valley layout, not even opened, from Woodland Scenics for roughly half price. So I had to jump on that. So here's my Grand Valley layout as it is right now so far. And this is the mountain side of it with the two tunnels going in. So you can see right down here between the two tunnels, it's bare. That's going to be wood. It's going to be like a wood retaining wall right there between the two tunnels. So what's going to happen is right here where you have your church, that's a dirt road coming in right here. And the dirt road will go across a bridge, a little ravine right here. And that's the lumber area for the logging company right there. And there's the top of the mountain, cliff face. And that's all dirt road. It continues up the hill to the lighthouse. And the lighthouse is on top of the big cliff. Now, I watched every video put out by Luke Towan. Awesome Australian guy. The guy is a master, absolute master when it comes to dioramas and landscaping and technique. And he did a video on the Walther's Rocky Point Lighthouse on top of a cliff. And I fell in love with that kit. I ordered it that night. And so I knew whatever kind of layout I was doing was going to have a lighthouse in it. So that's why I took this Grand Valley layout and I modified it to make it more a seaside layout. And I'm going to show you in a second here what's so different about it. But I'm just going to come down the hill here. This is the dirt road that comes down. And there's my brewery. So I found online somebody was selling a bunch of old kits. And he had a cardboard box full. And this one here was just basically slapped together with no paint, no nothing on it. So I took it apart and redid it. Actually, I did that with most of my buildings you're going to see. Like the lighthouse is brand new, and there's a couple of brand new ones. But for the most part, I went used, and I rebuilt a lot of the kits that people had done and neglected or didn't do properly in the first place. I'm a firm believer, if you're going to do something, don't do it right. Take the time, paint it, weather it. It looks so much better, 100 times better. So anyway, that's all going to be a paved area there, industrial around the brewery. And then we come into the paved road. All right, obviously it's not paved yet, but that's something I'm working on. And just down the hill from the brewery is a distillery. So this is our little distillery right here. And on the Walther's site, they had a bunch of kits on sale. And they had this little dealership. Now, I'm a car guy, so of course I seen this for sale. It's an already built kit. But what I did do, as soon as I got it, was I took it apart a little bit and did some weathering detail to it. You can see with the brick and stuff. So yeah, that's going to go there, I think. The final placement of the buildings isn't final yet by any means. Anybody that does a layout will move their buildings around probably 100 times to figure out where everything's going to go. And of course, the train station is in the usual place for this layout. Now, I have, some of you know this building. This is from Walther's. It is their city apartment. And I love this building. It seems like it's probably going to be too much for this layout, but I really love to integrate it somehow. It's just a beautiful, beautiful building. So I think I might keep it and say, what the heck, you know, this is going to be the outskirts of a city, and that's the last big building in the city. We'll see. So anyway, you see I got cardboard laid down, and I realized when I was doing the making the roads out of Smooth It and plaster with the Smooth It on top, it started to flake up, and I was having a real hard time with it. But then I realized, if you notice over here, my row of stores, that I have, it's a module. This is about a 2-foot long module on sidewalks that I made. Fully, it's going to be, all this is going to be fully removable. But then I realized all I need is a flat, nice flat surface, and when the modules with their sidewalks are down, it's all going to look like city streets anyway. Like, I'll have this cardboard is all going to be painted, textured, with gray and weathered and potholes and the whole 9 yards. And I think it's going to look good. But we'll see. That's some experimentation that I'm doing. So you can see some of these buildings, some of you will recognize as Woodland Scenic's already built up ones. I picked up a bunch, again, online. Somebody was selling for, man, probably a quarter of what these cost new. So I really lucked out there. Alright, so the big difference in this Grand Valley layout is going to be the harbor. Now, you know, I got the lighthouse up on the cliff. So instead of down below here being the industrial area on the regular Grand Valley layout, I incorporated the harbor. So this isn't finished yet by any stretch of the imagination. There's going to be more docks and whatnot. This was my first wood kit right here, Staten Marine. That's from Bar Mills. Man, these little wood kits are awesome to build. I have more on order, just to place around my harbor. So you see the rough texture, and you see the rocks in the middle of the harbor there. I'm going to be using techniques I learned from Jason Jensen, who also has a excellent YouTube channel that I subscribe to. The guy's another master. And techniques I learned from Luke Tone as well. And this is all going to be painted and then resin. And I'm going to have barnacles on the pilings and seaweed and everything else. Now, there's going to be something here a lot of you is not going to agree with. And you're going to say, well, how do the boats fit under the bridges? Well, you just pretend. I don't have any kind of powered raising bridge or anything like that, but in the future I might do something. But for now, it's just going to be similar to what I got just slapped on there right now. So there's another look, and there's the cliff with the lighthouse up top. I have about 400 trees that are going to go on this layout, and I just got a new flocking machine to lay down some nice grass and whatnot. You see in the background here, that house, that's actually Herman Munster's house. I'm not sure if it's going to stay there or where it's going to go. I have a bunch of buildings that I just cannot place yet. I'm not sure where they're going to go. But what I'm thinking too, I'll back up a little bit here. What I'm thinking too is, at the end of the layout, where this road ends right here, I'm going to do another 2-foot by 6-foot, perpendicular. So this layout will actually go along this wall where I have the clouds right now, and then the 2x6 extension will carry on below my window here. I have more of this cloud wallpaper that I'll put up. And on the extension, I would like to place an airport, just a small one, because you see up here I have some airport kits that I picked up. Terminal, airplanes, hangar, that kind of thing. And me being in the aviation industry for 30 years, I'd love to put a little airport in there. There's a little diorama I did just for practice, using some of Luke Towen's techniques and whatnot to see if I could do it, and I was pretty pleased with how it turned out. So yeah, sometimes it's good just take a little 1x1 piece of foam and play with it when you're not working on your big one, your big layout, and just to try out some techniques and see if, you know, it's a real confidence booster if you can do it. And there I have some various leaves and grass I picked up from my backyard. This is from the dollar store, actually. Dollar store is great to pick up stuff for your layout. It's pretty cheap, because if you go into a hobby store, a lot of the stuff that you see that you need for landscaping and whatnot is pretty expensive. So yeah, various bits and bobs and parts. But I tell you, it's a fantastic hobby. Like I said, I only just started this about a year ago, and I just love it. I'll show you this little boat. I picked this up at a yard sale. Let's see here. I'm going to redo it. Make it all nice and paint it up better, weather it and that kind of thing. That's going to be a tugboat in the harbor. And there's my daughter's book collection. And I got trains all over the place. Yeah, this is basically my train room. Oh, I want to show you these trees. So this is some trees. I learned a technique from YouTube. I believe it was Luke Towan that showed me this technique. So these are going to go up on the mountain, up by the lumber yard. And I have a whole bunch more done. There's a black case down on the bottom. You can see my shelf there. There's about another 400 trees inside that case. So yeah. So this is my layout so far. It's been fun. So I would love to hear your comments. See your comments down below. What do you think? Should I use the big building in this layout, or should I save it for the extension that I'm doing? Does it overpower the layout? Is there anything here you think I'm on the wrong track, or something you would do different, or any advice? All in all, I'm pretty pleased about how it's turning out. So that's my Grand Valley layout with the harbor. And I like the way it's coming along. Like I said, this is a learning experience for me. This is my very first layout. Using techniques I learned from the experts online by watching all their videos. Yeah. So in future videos, I hope to have some future videos. I would like to show you this layout completed, and that's what I'd like to. What I'd like to do too is post some videos of salvaging old kits and building kits, because this is the part of the hobby that I really find that I'm enjoying. Like this kit was in that box of kits that I bought from a guy. That was just slapped together. It was just slapped together. And you can see I did some techniques. There's one video from Jason Jensen where he shows you how to make a plastic clapboard building look like wood. And that's what I did with this one. And then I added a tar paper roof. This kit had a really ugly plastic cedar roof. It wasn't convincing looking at all. And then I printed off some labels, some new labels, and put on there, and some details, and some landscaping techniques that I learned online as well, and just some weathering techniques. I have a whole bunch of scratch building stuff on order as well, like some new doors and windows and that kind of thing, so I can rebuild these kits. But it's so relaxing. It's such a great hobby. I really enjoy it. So yeah, so that's where I am right now with this hobby, and I'm really loving it. And hopefully soon I'll have an update video for you, and with my layout completed. So until next time, happy modeling everybody, and see you soon. Bye.